SANDHAN, All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.
Good evening, friends. Today I'm going to talk on non-verbal communication, eye contact and proxemics. Verbal communication and non-verbal communications are the basic need of human beings. We require to talk, to express with our friends, our businessmen, people with whom we work together. Verbal communication and non-verbal communications. These are larger two aspects of communication. Verbal communication means communication which is done with the help of words, and non-verbal communication which is done without help of words. Usually we think that words help us to communicate more, but our research shows that only 35% communication has been done with the help of words, that is verbal communication, while 65% of total communication takes place with the help of non-verbal communication. Hence we see that 65% communication which is done with the help of body language or other kind of communication apart from the verbal communication. Now, in non-verbal communication, there are many things: postures, gestures, eye contact. So many things aid to the communication, and that we call non-verbal communication. Today, I am going to talk about eye contact and proxemics. Eye contact is very important in our communication. Eyes are cold, most expressive part of our body. We also call that eyes are the soul or expression of our soul, window of our soul. Non-verbal communication is supported by eye contact. Eye contact can be of different types. Let's see, what does eyes do? In non-verbal communication, it can repeat our words, it substitutes our words, complementing and accenting, regulating and contradicting. Whatever we utter, whatever we speak is helped or repeated intentionally or unintentionally. It substitutes to our communication, it complements to our communication, it gives accent to our communication, it regulates our communication, and sometimes, on the contrary, it contradicts our communication. Hence, non-verbal communication plays a major role in all kind of communication. Eyes are the most expressive parts of our communication. Eyes, you see, when I scold someone, my eyes change. It moves in certain way. When I speaks with someone, I use eye contact. Suppose in classroom, I have to talk with my students. I maintain my eye contact with my students. I have seen many speakers who never establish eye contact with their audience, students or other audience, and then it suggests as if they are talking in air. See, If suppose I talk in this way, my eyes does not have established a contact with my audience, how can I establish a rapport with my audience? It becomes very difficult. So keeping eye contact is very important because it gives confidence to the speaker. It establishes rapport with the students or audience. So we have to be very careful, conscious about eye contact. Eyes are very expressive. You can see different kinds of way of expression in eyes. There are more than 1,000 different facial expressions. Eyes can be specially expressive, and that is why we call, as I told earlier, windows to the soul. Usually, man and women found equally expressive through eyes. Men show the most emotions in lower left quadrant of their face. Women show emotions over their whole face. That is why we say that women expresses their emotions, feelings through their whole face, while men with the help of lower left quadrant. Now, eye contact, I would call it a key characteristics in American culture. Not only in American culture, in different countries, eye contact gives respect. It shows or indicate interest, nature of relationship. If you have eye contact with the person with whom you are talking with, then it suggests that you give respect, interest, and have a good rapport relationship, or it also suggests nature of your relationship. Now, see, eyes, when you look up in this way, if you look up, it gives confidence. It suggests or it expresses your confidence. It suggests power. It suggests that you dominate the people with whom you are talking. And while you are looking down, it shows you are submissive, you are coolly. So looking down suggests that you are not very dominating, you don't have the confidence. That's why you look down in this way. While when you look up, it suggests that you have the confidence. Looking sideways. Now, these are different movements of eyes. Eyes are fixed, so your head moves. Looking sideways shows that you are hiding something. Lateral movement also suggests that you are not confident and you are trying to find out some route to escape. While you gaze at something, see, gazing suggests that you are very attentive, you are listening very carefully. Gazing is very important part of eye contact. Gazing sometimes embarrasses the person who are talking with you. So constant gazing suggests either you are very attentive, or sometimes it suggests that you are overpowering the other person. Now, glancing, it is different kind of eye movement. See, suppose you are watching someone, you are listening to someone, and by that time you find that, oh, the lecture is not very interesting. So what do? You look in this way. Now, looking this way suggests that you are trying to find out some other interesting thing, and that is why you are looking sideways. Glancing in that way gives you an escape. Making eye contact is very important for expression, but breaking eye contact is also very important. Sometimes, suppose you pay attention to the speaker constantly And that constant attention sometimes embarrasses the speaker. So what happens? We break the eye contact for a while. For a while we break contact and we move our eyes somewhere else. And then again we establish contact with the speaker. That gives naturalness. Otherwise, constant gazing sometimes gives an impression that you are embarrassing the person who is speaking. Now, long eye contact also is dominating, giving confidence. Limited eye contact, again like breaking eye contact, you pay attention for a while, then remove your eyes, and again you pay attentions. This gives you confidence. In persuasion, you have to establish eye contact. Suppose in classroom or in a larger room where there is audience and nobody is listening to you. Now what you have to do is, you just say hello, and suppose all of them starts looking at you, then you can establish eye contact with the audience and try to persuade them, try to convince them, and you can deliver your lecture. But suppose nobody pays attention to you, nobody looks at you, then you will feel somewhat embarrassing. Again, you have to try to call their attention to establish eye contact. Once eye contact has been established, then you can be successful in persuasion. Now, another things will have to be done with the help of eyes. See, suppose you are listening some lecture and or somebody is trying to convince you, somebody is trying to tell something to you, and suddenly something happens somewhere nearby. A sound occurs. Your eyes naturally follows that sight and you see that thing. Your attention is diverted. Now squinting, you just squint your eyelids. What is the squinting that? What do you do? Suppose you are talking with people and squint in this manner. This squinting suggests that either you are thinking, either you are recalling, either you are trying to find out the facts. Squinting is very important, and it gives the audience that what kind of speaker you are, what you are doing. Squinting is a very essential part of eye contact. Blinking. Now blinking, you just blink in this way. You are watching and suddenly your eyes are blinking in this way. Now what does it suggest? This blinking, constant eyelid movements. Blinking suggests that either you are not with confidence, you lack confidence, or you are little bit confused. You are not confident to talk with, or your emotions are somewhat overflowing. So blinking, audience make it out that you are thinking something, your mind is wandering somewhere and you are not with confidence. Same is true about closing. Now closing is entirely different thing. Suppose you shut your eyes. As soon as you shut your eyes, you close your eyes, that means you close the whole world. I am staring at you. Suddenly I close my eyes. This closing of my eyes shut me from the whole world. I indulge in my inner world. Then I can think inside me. I can feel my inner feelings. I can express. I wonder, and then I can express. this happens. So closing, when some very philosophical kind of speaker speaks, often it happens during his talk, he stops. Not only stops, closes eyes, think about some very deep things and then expresses. Audience also feel the feeling of the speaker. He takes the person in his world and then slowly opens the eyes and again expression begins. Tears. Next one. Now the tears, part of human being's life. Sometimes we cry. Of course, man doesn't cry. Usually it is said, but all the people sometime in their life either cry or weep. And tears is essential part of life, I must say. When tears come out, eyes blurred, and it suggests that sadness is there, and sadness is expressed through eyes. People's eyes. People means a black circle of the eyes. It's very important. You know that our actors, actresses, particularly actresses, they try to enhance the impact of the eyes with the help of black kajal. Why? Or different kinds of items of makeup. Why? In order to enhance the expressiveness of eyes. Now this pupil, which is natural, sometimes we expand it in this way. Wow! Now this expanding helps or gives an impression that my pupil, black circle of the eye, that is cornea, in